Victor Wembanyama coming into the league was the most hyped up NBA prospect I've ever seen after LeBron James was a prospect in 2003 straight out of high school. To be fair, he's lived up to these expectations pretty nicely, hitting step-back threes like Steph Curry while having DPOY level defense already in his rookie season. Just goes to show how absolutely insane he is. This is a bit of a conspiracy theory though, but I don't know if the league is really fair on this drafting thing. Because what are the chances? The Spurs, I believe, had a 10% chance of getting first overall. And the league would definitely not want Vic to go to the Wizards or the Hornets, which, I'm sorry, but are kind of a poverty franchise. And they wouldn't be able to develop Vic. But what is the chance he goes to the Spurs, one of the best developmental programs in the league? Alright, so that's just a bit of a side note, but anyway. Fun fact, actually, in the first one half of this NBA season, Victor Wembanyama has had more blocks and steals than two-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert had in his entire DPOY season. Quick rant here, again, sorry. This is actually absolutely insane. If you think about it, by this logic, Vic should win DPOY, and that shouldn't even be a question. But funnily enough, I believe Rudy Gobert is number one in the DPOY ranking, and I think that's mainly in part to the Minnesota Timberwolves' great success this year. As I've previously stated in the video, they've been one of my biggest surprises, not my biggest, we'll get to that later, but they've been a really good team, and Rudy Gobert has been like their anchor on defense, as Draymond Green is to the Warriors. End of rant. Victor Wembanyama is averaging 20.9 points per game on very good efficiency, averaging the most blocks per game and total in the league, as I've stated. Many are considering this to be the second greatest rookie season of all time, I believe prior to LeBron James. Yeah. Despite playing on the Spurs, who lack in a true point guard, they did lack in a true point guard because they had Jeremy Sohan. Why is he playing point guard? Greg, are you good in the head? Alright, good. They brought in Trey Jones, so you know it's fine. Victor Wembanyama does, in fact, though, have a rival. Sophomore in the NBA, Chet Holmgren of the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder, as I've stated in the previous video, are, in my opinion, my biggest surprise this NBA season. I didn't expect this to happen. SGA is second or third in MVP voting so far, and has been averaging an insane 31, 6, and 5 on very good efficiency. Chet, however, has evolved into an elite center with a good three ball and good defense, sort of like Victor Wembanyama himself. Chet and Victor have kind of a rivalry, however. As stated by other creators in the space, like AM Hoops, these creators have located the origins of the fight between these two young centers in the Olympics, where Chet beat Victor Wembanyama in a game, taunted him, and then won the gold medal. After this game, in the preseason, Chet seemingly taunted Vic and his family, stating, "We play you again today? Last time was fun." This taunt, plus the gold medal, made Vic mad. He had a motive. Beat the living crap out of Chet Holmgren. And safe to say, he fulfilled these aspirations. The other night, he dominated Chet, and it's safe to say that though the Rookie of the Year votes have been fluctuating this year, while Chet was actually in front of Wemby, I think he put those narratives to rest. It's safe to say that Wemby is not like any player we've ever seen, other than Chet, kind of, ironically. His combination of shooting touch, defense, shooting itself, and passing is extremely rare and almost unheard of. Again, Chet kind of plays like Wemby. One thing I do dislike slightly about Wemby is his ego. I might be being a bit superficial here, but there are a lot of clips of him getting overly mad, like for instance about his name being spelled wrong on the back of his jersey. He asked for a worker to get fired over this. Obviously, that's a bit too high, as this happens not recently, but pretty commonly in the NBA. This even happened to Dirk, and I don't think I heard him say anything about it, so tone yourself down, Vic. But one, worry I have for Vic is obviously injuries. Being a 7'4", long, lanky player like Vic is, he could get injured by getting one twisted ankle or one broken ankle and stuff, and his career could really fall apart. And I hope those stretches he does before a game really help him because he's going to need it. I don't want him to get injured. Vacate is an amazing player. You know, as I've stated, he's averaging a good 20.9 points per game on most blocks in the league. And he could win DPOY this season. There's a very good possibility of that happening. And I'm really excited to see him develop under the fantastic Spurs franchise and organization.